have to pee, Natalie.
No. You got to hold it. Yesterday I had to pee before I went to a baseball game, and then I was like, I told the pee, you got to go away. Like, you got to send it. I'm not peeing in a public place.
And what happened? Did that
I can
work
really
for you?
send it away. Like, I can have to go really badly, and then I can send it away. I know people can do that with poo. I can't do that with poo. If I got to poo, I'm
not gonna pee. You know what's fucked up? Tuesday. Have you ever thought of something, but not actually looked it up, and then it shows up on your phone?
Yes.
But just thought it.
Yes. It's kind
What is that?
It's kind of like when you like are thinking about somebody and you don't know like how or why you were thinking about them, and then you see them and you're like, I was just thinking about you.
And I didn't say it out loud.
No.
And I just was thinking
I think they're in our brains that deep.
That's so
weird and creepy.
Weird.
You know what else? What else is weird is I realized like my favorite feeling is falling asleep.
Dying.
It's going to be so great. It's going to be like the best falling asleep ever because it's going to be forever.
Yeah.
But for that body.
Yeah.
For that body. But when I like had like I guess my wisdom teeth out, I remember that feeling of falling asleep, and it's just such a good feeling.
Yeah, you loved it.
I wish I could feel that feeling more often.
Don't ever get close to dying because you're gonna go.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight for it.
Because you're supposed to because we were talking about that this weekend, is like how my kids are like, that's weird, you can come back. I'm like, yeah, you can die and come back. And they're like, what? I'm like, well, not like older people. They're ready to send it. They're ready to go. But if you're younger, there's some people who are like, go and then come back, and they're like, that's like so weird. I'm like, movies, not really.
You can hear the voice, and sometimes they're saying, come on, you can get through this, you're not ready to go, push through. I'm gonna be like, I just want to feel it.
Oh, there's no point. You must look, she's gone. The minute if you go, I'm like, oh, you've lost her. That is not cut. She's too excited. If you can bring her back and send her back again, she'll do that multiple times.
I just love the feeling. And I know we were talking about colonoscopies, and apparently like all you have to say is that there's blood, you've seen blood in your stool, and they'll give you a rec.
Yeah.
You should actually get it through
our
doctor.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited to fall asleep, like to go have my colonoscopy, because I'm so excited to be forced to fall asleep. And
it's only 15 minutes, and you wake up.
Oh, that's like that one that you dropped me off at.
You just like to fall asleep.
Yeah.
But because you don't need to be asleep that long.
And I've realized with my age, with experience, is that the feeling is when I'm thinking about things when I'm falling asleep, and all of a sudden the thoughts start not making sense. I'm like, here we go. That's when I know I'm falling.
But then do you pull yourself back?
I pull myself just a little, just to tease. I was like, oh, okay, we're so close. And I'm like, here you go. Like things aren't making sense.
Surprised you don't like choking.
And then
maybe she does. We'll never know.
I love the feeling of falling asleep. It's so relaxing and good. Like,
was that just like side note? Like, you're excited to go to sleep tonight?
Well, I was thinking about colonoscopy because tomorrow I'm actually having the vaginal ultrasound to see what is going on in there. It's gonna be really interesting. Like, if they just are like picture of perfection, I'd be like, fuck, what now?
This is so responsible of you. Usually you ignore, deny, and now you're proactive.
I'm just so fucking sick.
Excuse me?
Of the period that I'm having, and these like globs, if you guys, this might be relatable, globs, like they're solids, they come out, but if they burst, there's so much blood, so it's like going through like period underwear and everything. It's like, I'm just so sick of this. Everyone's like, get it IUD, it'll just be like, then you won't have your period anymore. I'm like, can I just be done with this?
Yeah.
But there could be something up there. It would be interesting. It's kind of boring when you're like, nah, everything's perfect.
So if something's up there,
I guess if you have like polyps, you can go have them removed. I wonder if you get to put sleep.
You have polyps in your uterus?
Yeah, polyps. That's what they are.
Cysts, no?
They're called polyps. Otherwise known as fur balls.
Up your butt.
Well, I don't know.
I'm excited for you too. That's great. You're gonna get some answers.
Yeah. Except for if it always seems to be nothing. Like I remember when I used to faint and I went and did the table tilt test. So like, let's see what's happening to your body. Like nothing. Okay, great.
Okay, so you want something. You don't want anything.
But boring, then if I got to go get them removed, then I got to be put to sleep again.
I was watching this thing and I feel like Khloe Kardashian. I think it was Khloe Kardashian, right? The one Khloe was married to
Lam.
And she was talking about Alzheimer's, which was really weird because everyone seems to be talking about that right now. Like, it's called something like your cognitively declined, something about cognitive your brain. And she's like, well, you can see it like 30 years out. So it's not just, you don't just wake up and you're like, oh,
Can you catch it?
So here's the thing. I read an article.
She's got a new gummy that will restore your brain health.
No, who? Chloe?
Yeah.
Isn't that Courtney who does all that? Yeah. So obviously after I watched that clip, what gets served to me but a news article on how you can get a test to see if you have the genes for Alzheimer's.
Wow.
So if you have one gene, your chances are, if you have two genes, pretty sure it's going to happen.
Wow. Yeah, that's what they always say. If it's not in your family, don't worry about it.
But the two people not true anymore, because most people will get it later on in life. So it can be environmental, it can be lifestyle, it can be high something. So if you have two of the genes, which is different than the other one.
Would that mean it comes from both of your parents?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. It
so
just
you can
means
get two from one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, listen, I'm not a DNA specialist, but they said that the people who found that out gained nothing beneficial from finding out. They're like, don't go and find out because you just live.
There's nothing you can do.
So
anyway.
Your whole thing of like going to find things out, it's good, but it's also if you like going to do genetic testing to see if it might happen. They're like, you can do.
I would just want to do it so that I could do something. So that it would
reverse it. I think if you have two.
No, I mean mine.
Oh, your period.
Yeah. If there's something there that's making it happen, then I just want to fix it.
Oh, I think we're getting close to blood tests for everything or swabs. Just like what's going on with my vagina.
In a X-ray of the brain that has dementia or Alzheimer's, they're different, right?
The brain shrinks.
The brain is shrinking. That's what's happening.
Like the matter is like the part of your cortex like goes.
Wow, that's what it is. Okay, and I guess memory is a big part of our brain because it feels like memory for them is a big one.
I feel like it's I don't know enough, but I feel like it's what happens is someone explained it to us. It is the sunset disease. So basically, you begin to lose what your most newest memories. So you basically go back to childhood.
So
you revert back. So you lose what the
That's so weird.
You lose the closest thing to you.
It's
and then
hard
you go
to
backwards.
imagine that that your brain can actually store things in order like that, right? So like
it's the freshest.
It's like the freshest gets
lasts
removed,
the longest.
But like these ones are actually still there. Like they're so
but they were back. Your brain was the most ripe when it took
but
it in.
It held on to it for that long and it never got replaced.
Nothing gets replaced. I think it's just what you hold on to and what you let go.
Yeah.
So what can you do?
Oh yeah.
There's there's a series there's things
to not shrink your brain. There's something you can do.
Well, yeah, there's lots you can do
like what?
Not drink, exercise.
Really?
Like walking is a big one.
Really?
I think it was like manage what you eat. Like don't do like if you can keep your brain functioning, there's a bunch of things that you can do, like keep your cholesterol down. Omegas.
Ozempic. Apparently is a big one.
I would say GLP-1s. Not like different GLP-1s help with inflammation, keeping inflammation down. All of the listen, if it's gonna happen, you don't just wake up and it happens. It's been happening over time.
And if someone was watching you like a study every minute of your life, they would have been able to see that's when it started.
I think there are now blood tests you can do and there's studies you can do, but like environmental, like the environment's one of them. Plastics is one of them.
Yeah, there must very much be different countries where it's more or less than.
Well, I just saw in a study that there was some people, I don't know what is going on with People magazine, but there was 6 or 7 children from the same sperm donor who all got lymphoma. All childhood lymphoma. All 7 of them. Now they were not supposed to give so much sperm. Like, I don't know if he's like donating, but I think there's more kids out there. So now they're like, oh my God, we have to.
What? This is a big question. Lymphoma is a kind of cancer.
Blood cancer.
What is the problem with lymphoma? Like there's
What do you mean?
What like if whatever that guy passed on to all of them, what did he pass on? Like he passed on there's a error in the cells.
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna study this now because
actually no, my kid did do it was doing.
Well, we all carry cancer in us.
Yeah, but it was like specifically what it is.
Some of us just kick it off with for different reasons. Like it's biologically it kicks in. But we all have the cells in us. They just behave abnormally.
It's like herpes.
Well,
everyone's got it, but it just gets ignited.
Everyone has it?
I think we all have it dormant inside of us.
Everybody? How do you get it?
You get it because it gets ignited by someone who had an open one.
I don't think we all have it. I don't think that's true. I think you're doing false news
There's
right now.
There's something else we all have inside of us, but some sits dormant and some, I guess, cancer.
I think some mental health issues can sit dormant, and then you could have like a higher predisposition towards it.
So with the shrinking of the brain, like when someone is going through, let's say, dementia, do they constantly get like checked to see how fast it's going of the brain? They get like x-rays of the brain?
Yeah, you have to everyone would be different, but yeah, you get
like annually?
It depends. Some are like shorter, some are like you get monitored on like lifestyle, what's happening.
What's the difference between Alzheimer's and dementia?
Oh, great question, Natalie. There's a lot of different levels of dementia. Like there's like,
I know that I asked my stepdad and he told me and I forget.
I kind of forget too. Oh. It's like one's memory.
Neither are great.
No, neither is great. But a lot of people get Alzheimer's when they're older, but it doesn't progress to a level that some people lose their entire life. Some people get it when they're 80 or 90. And that might be just lifestyle. Did
you have any grandparents who had it?
Not that I know of. No.
Huh.
Nope, none. None at all. Some get it because of stress is a huge one. Stress is a really big one.
It ignites it.
I mean, it can accelerate, and stress is like the number one killer of everybody.
Loneliness
well, stress and loneliness go hand in hand, right? Like it's like, no, I didn't. Not everyone progresses to the level that other people progress. Some people start when they're like 50.
Yeah, I know.
Some people start when they're 60, like very young.
I think it's a really hard disease to have someone that you love go through.
And I think those are a lot more hereditary than onset of, some people when they're older get cancer, but it's not considered hereditary.
It's just because they're old.
It's because they're older. So I think it just depends on.
When are they going to get a cure for cancer?
Dude, I don't know. I don't follow medical anything.
I'd also like to know, did that donor have lymphoma when he was a kid?
I just came up with my people and I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting. I wonder if they're going to study it. I wonder if they're going to look at the genetic link because it's got to be him. It's got to be the male in that scenario.
It's so crazy that like just of all the things that I've seen about like sperm donors, it's such an unregulated world right now, and I think it's going to get more regulated, but it's just the Wild West.
Still?
Yes. Right now, still.
Oh my God.
And there's a lot of deviant people out there who are donating too many places, too many, and it's going to eventually be a problem. And that's what the Man with 1,000 Kids, like what the story was about. It's like, how, if all these people live in this small country and they're going to be related, how are we going to identify them to make sure that they don't have children together?
I don't know.
But
I feel like any small town's like that at risk for that, to be honest with you. I'm like, no offense, but I do feel like a lot of people are related that don't know they're related.
Yeah, this is bad, though. This is bad.
Well, especially if you go from a small town and go sperm banking. You'd have to go to another big city and get a sperm bank.
Oh yeah, like some people I know, the bank in Canada is too small, so your chances of having
a relative
having more sperm in the same country. So to go to the U.S., at least it's a wider variety of people that are donating.
Have you ever met a donor?
An actual man donor?
Yeah.
Not that I know of, but it's a great. It seems like for students, unfortunately, they lure them because it's a great way to make money.
How much do you get paid?
I think, oh God, I can't remember.
And how much do they sell for?
Worth it to just go jack off, and then to get like hundreds of dollars.
Only hundreds of dollars for a person? Only hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
I don't think a woman would donate her eggs for $100.
It can't be that much, but it's worth it.
Worth it. Well, if you're going to go constantly, then yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, Because if you want to make some easy money, you keep going.
No, there's no way they can keep going. Are you just talking for fun here?
No. Is there no way they keep going? Yes, they're not allowed to. It's only supposed to be a regulation is supposed to be
How
only
many
a certain.
How many sperm banks are we talking in the local university towns in Canada? Like 5?
Oh, Canada. I know they're just not just students in Canada. I mean, adults do it too. I guess it can't be for money if you're an adult. I guess
it could be.
Money. But
can anyone be a donor?
I think you have to be tested for all the things. Your blood, like you have to be tested, and then once you're good, it's like you've got a great sperm. And unfortunately, a lot of these sperm places, like they need sperm, so they'll take it. They'll take your good healthy sperm.
Yeah, but how many times can you go?
Well, you're only supposed to be able to go like 2 times or something.
But you think they illegally let you go again?
Yeah, and sometimes you give it like a different name and like.
Do you have to have ID?
Yeah, but then this one guy was doing it. Well, you can also do it on the online. Like there's the websites where you can just go and buy sperm, and you can either like have it delivered or.
People are selling in their own businesses are selling sperm on their own.
Yes.
How are they getting it in them?
Okay, so there's a few ways. So a woman, they can actually, if he's willing, he can go and have sex with her if they want to do it that way, or they meet at the side of like the fucking highway and in turkey base themselves.
Natalie,
yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit happening, like in the car, like.
Where are you learning this?
Watch the documentary. I've watched a few documentaries on it, but Man with 1,000 Kids is a really, really informative. I think it's an informative.
How many people are doing this? People are just rolling around sleeping with people on cars on the corner of the street.
That's less likely.
Getting it in the mail?
Getting in the mail is more. Or if you go through a reputable, but nobody really. It's not regulated.
Sperm is not regulated?
These whole things are not properly regulated right now.
In Canada?
I don't know about Canada. Probably not. Seems like nowhere. They need to crack down.
My mind is blowing right now.
I know. It's kind of a scary thing. It's actually a scary world right now for that, by the way. And there's like this one woman, because there's like big stories of like doctors who the women, they're
I'm gonna
desperate.
find out how much you get paid for. Let's find out the actual how much.
I'm gonna guess $300 per donation. There was that doctor, and it's been multiple doctors that were using their sperm to impregnate all the women because they knew their sperm was good and it was going to work, and the women were paying to have it done. And he got caught.
Excuse me. In Canada, it's illegal to pay sperm donors for their donation. You cannot pay for sperm
So
here.
You just have to do it out of either the goodness of your heart or your ego. Because there was also this other guy who was giving his sperm out to everybody because he's like, I just want to spread my seed because I'm so great that I want all the people to be like me. And then the doctor that did it, and it was a big story.
Yes.
One of the daughters, she's a big advocate. So she was even on that documentary, but I've seen she comes and speaks.
Okay.
Because she ended up finding out that like she was one of tons, and then they all have met each other. And
oh my God. How well do they know their donors? Before we accept anyone into the sperm bank, our staff has weekly interactions and discussions with each candidate. This process takes place for 6 months and includes an average of 30 appointments and 7 blood tests.
Why would any man want to do this?
It's very natural for the donor to become a part of the family and to adopt a caring, sincere desire to help others overcome infertility.
I just can't imagine.
The average age is 31 years old.
I just can't imagine that there's a lot of young men out there who, out of the goodness of their heart, want to share their seed. Who is that guy? Do you know a guy that would just
They said
want
it's
to
a
do
lot
that?
of people who have kids already.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Do you know anyone?
No. I don't know why anybody would do it if they're not being paid. There's definitely some illegal paying that's going on. And what about in the States?
I think you go to jail if you do. I think they say it says, what do they do?
How much do you get paid in the States?
Okay. There are, and let's see, states. How much do you get?
So the guy with 1,000 kids, he's from like Denmark or something, and he was giving it a lot out. And then him and his friend basically decided they would do it together, and they'd just shake it, and they'd think that they were getting the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, good-looking one, and then they would watch and see what the baby turned out like, and they're like, was it yours or was it mine?
Some sperm banks offer a set money per donation, like $100. While others may offer bonuses for successful donations.
So then what they did was the guy who was spreading his seed everywhere, he was also a YouTuber. So he was YouTubing, and they were seeing that he was in all different countries, and he was going to different countries as part of his YouTube. But they were trying to track down where all of his sperm was, and he was in Canada at one point, and he went to all these different countries to donate his sperm, and sometimes it was through a website that he was using. And these poor women, they're just so desperate for a good sperm, and he's a cute guy, and he comes and meets he was so arrogant, he'd go meet the people.
This one is, you have to be the ages of 21 and 39 in California. You have to make a 6 to 12 month commitment. You have to live within 40 miles of the office. You have to be able to work legally in Canada, and you have to provide your full family medical history.
Yeah.
So you have to complete an online application, determine your eligibility, screening and testing, contract signing, and then STI testing.
Like, that's a crazy amount of work for someone to do for free.
This is California. They do get paid.
You said in Canada.
Canada's free.
Yeah, but you read something. I think you meant California.
Oh, sorry, California. This one was just California.
And they're saying that they don't get paid, or we don't know about that California.
They get per donation if it's successful.
How much?
It depends on the successful donation of it.
Oh, like
it says, like, let's see here. It says basically that you can get, like, some are like 200 per donation, 200 to 400 per donation.
Okay.
If it's successful.
Now, what about black market sperm donation?
Okay, should we take a quick break while I look that up?
Yeah.
Behind the dark web.
And by the way, the man with 1,000 kids, his sperm was super sperm. It worked all the time.
Well,
and he's not arrested.
It's not telling me about the black market.
Okay. He's not arrested because it was their choice. They chose him. They found him. They asked for it. He's like, I was doing what they wanted. Like, he doesn't take any
This feels wrong. In California, this is like the AI. It like summed it up for me. Donors can earn $200 for each acceptable sperm sample.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Plus bonuses.
That sounds about right.
Most donors donate once a week. Some donate more often. Donors who make regular weekly or twice weekly appointments can earn $950 to $1,500 per month.
Right. So that's really good for a student. That's $1,500 a month.
But they've got to be over 21.
Yeah.
So they're in grad school.
They're in grad school. And it says that they're in grad school. So when the people are looking through the sperm, they want...
That's a lot of... So you're telling me you have to live within 40 miles and you're going twice a week. So you clearly are donating a lot of sperm to a lot of people.
Okay, so... Well, that's the thing, is that they're not supposed to be allowed to do that much, but there's not enough donors out there. Because who's going to do it?
I mean, clearly someone's going more than twice a week.
Right.
Twice a week?
Right.
That's very dangerous.
Yes.
You can't. There's got to be a cap. You can't be doing that for 3 years.
They say there's a cap, but these clinics, they need sperm. So they'll kind of fudge it a little because they want the money, because the people are paying them like a service, a lot of money. And they've got this guy who's got a healthy sperm that works. Let's just give it to one more person.
Excuse me. This one, I don't know where they're located, but this one, Chicago, Houston, Las Vegas, Miami, they're located everywhere. You can make $4,000 over 6 months.
That's great money.
Read below for our details on how to be a sperm. That's actually $4,000. I wonder how much you have to give. That's tricky. $4,000 over 6 months. The other one you're making at $1,500 per month.
And if you really want to make a career of it, then and by the way, what this guy was doing when he went direct to girl, he was $3,000 per person.
Wow.
So, which was good because they got to meet him, and he said he would be a part of all of their lives and he would come visit them. But what they really liked him all until they found out that he had given it to so many people in the same location.
How many people?
It's over 1,000 so far.
And there's more.
Oh, yeah. He's not reporting everything. This is where he got caught.
Wow.
And it's a game for him because, you know, he's got good genes.
Does he?
Yeah, like they all like the way he looks.
Are they getting old?
He's still pretty young. But, I mean, and, you know, when people are just like, I want a good, he's a nice guy. He was educated.
Kind of crazy.
Well, now they know.
So now it's
I wonder how he's doing now. I'll Google him and I'll look up if he's still like.
Wow, Natalie, thank you for teaching me. I had not a clue.
I know.
You know, we talked to a few people who actually did receive sperm, but they did they saw catalogs.
Catalogs, yes. But I can honestly say I've spoken to someone who had sperm. I'm like, I watched this movie and she was like, it absolutely worries me. Like it absolutely is a risk that I took. But my child will have to know I came from a sperm donor and that they'll have to check out with them. Were you as well? Which means that all parents have to be open with their kids as well. Because you can imagine there's a lot of people who got sperm donation and they don't want their family to know, their kids to know. They want to think it was mom and dad. So this.
But if there's no dad.
But what if there is a dad?
Oh.
So the doctor that got caught doing all of those, it was just that the dad's sperm didn't work. So he used his, claiming it was sperm donation from different men, and it was all him.
How do you get caught?
I feel like, how do you get caught? I have to, wait, you mean the doctor?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I watched how he got caught, but I can't remember. And then all the kids from that doctor, they all got together and met each other, and yeah. So I think that most of the time people they're risking it, but they just need to make sure their child, I guess, is diligent when they fall in love, because you're naturally going to be drawn to someone who's like you. So that's another thing they're really worried about, is that they had their kids. They put them in a group, and they didn't know that they were, and they just naturally were the kids were drawn to each other.
Do you want to hear what Gary Vee said?
Tell me more.
That by the time our kids have kids,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be dating like full robots. Like you will have family robots at your table. He's like, hard stop. You will have AI robots at your table that they're dating.
Catherine.
Yep. He's like, full stop. You will.
So TJ's like, I want you to meet my girlfriend.
Was it a robot?
No, TJ, this is what's going to happen to me.
Like, no, his kids.
And they're going to be in full relationship with robots.
Yeah. Well, they won't be robots because they look like people.
And robots, those robots will be able to have jobs and make money as well. They must be so good at their jobs.
Yep.
Robots, they would be flawless.
He said that
if it was like data.
He said that the AI, like the influencers online right now, like so many of them, like people are creating the influencers who are just doing the best job and like just cleaning up. He's like, your job will become irrelevant very soon because you won't know who's real and who's not anymore. You actually just won't know. You'll have not a clue who's real and who's not, and you'll like that person, and you'll just be like, is that a person?
And
or
you'll
not?
probably be drawn to the more the robot because they're probably going to be more attractive.
Well, they'll be exactly what you want them to be.
Yeah.
Because this is more of a Monday one.
Oh, this also really sucks for like, you know, when you want to like be inclusive. And so you want to make sure that you have all different kinds of cultures and backgrounds. Well, now you don't need to go find like 5 Asian, 5 black, 5 white. You'll just be like, oh, we don't have enough Asian. Make them.
Yep. I don't even think that'll be, everyone will just look the same, exactly how they want them to look. Everyone will just look like everyone will just look like away. Gary Vee has not been wrong yet.
I'm going to have to fucking set the table for my great-granddaughter's boyfriend who is a robot.
By the way, they already have relationships they've already started with relationships with AI. And even their ChatGPT, they customize, so they call them things. And they will talk to you. And we personally know kids who've had relationships with AI Snapchat, like their robot. Like their robot.
So relationship problems won't be hard anymore because they'll be dating robots who will
exactly
just be able
say exactly
to
what they want to say.
Say what they want to say, agree with them.
People are not going to want to hear this because when I heard this, I was like, this makes me want to barf. I heard it and I was like, come on.
I feel like it's one of the many things I'm really sorry for the future, but like
it's the Jetsons.
This is my life and I'm not going to be here for that much longer. I'm sorry for your future, but that's just what you're going to have to go with.
The Jetsons.
I didn't have to go through war.
Not yet.
Right? No, I'm not this lifetime. I'm not gonna.
Not yet.
But there are things that generation had to deal with that I don't have to. I'm sorry for what you're gonna have to deal with.
It'll be their kids.
But I'll be dead.
Well, you'll have grandkids. You might not be dead.
I'll be dead.
You're.
If I fucking have a robot come to dinner table, I'm out. Put me to sleep. I'll overdose on something that puts me to sleep.
I don't think it'll be as big of a deal as
I
you
know
think
it'll be normal. It'll sort of be like all the things that you have to get used to.
It's kind of like if you look back at the old like when we were growing up, and the color display was like it was ruffling the sheets or the feathers, or people were like on the news talking about how it was an invasion of privacy, that people could see your number that you were calling from, like an invasion of fucking privacy. And now the invasion of privacy is
why is anybody going to choose another regular human?
They're not.
Can robots and humans have babies?
Great question. They'll just create another AI baby.
Because I would never choose someone who's actually human if I can have a perfect specimen of a boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe they kill you though in your sleep. But you'd love that.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know what if they like flake out? I don't know. You have to charge them every night.
Oh my God. There's definitely going to be a flaw. And what if they're so good at their job? They're so rich too.
There's going to be so many of these. Yes. That's why when I think you fuck up in spelling and stuff, I think learning disabilities might become supersonic superpowers, because you can't recreate a neurodivergent brain. So all the people who are neurodivergent and have like different ways of thinking, AI can't replicate.
You don't think that they can give neurodiverse robots?
I think it's so unique that people with like different learning challenges, like you can't, it would be so unique. It wouldn't be fun to have someone who is neurodivergent. Like I think it's what is going to make the quirkiness is what's going to really make people successful. Like if you're a bit quirky. So I think if you don't use filters and like you're a little bit like odd, because I think
they'll be able to make robots like that.
It's kind of like
robots won't be perfect.
It's becoming like, when we were in Bahamas and everyone looked the same. And when you see people, you're like, what the fuck? It's kind of already started when you see everybody who's the same. So it would be so good if you could teach kids, like, if you're a little bit different, you are.
Yeah, but now they're going to make robots that are a little bit different too.
Unless the younger generation growing up is like, I am so sick of your aunt. Like, I'm not doing your cell phone shit. I'm so sick of you losers.
There's definitely going to be. There's going to be
a check.
Things that we think we guess are going to happen. It's something different's going to happen.
I mean, they've been talking about flying cars forever.
Oh, where are those?
I don't know, and they're still not here.
They were supposed to be here by the time I was a grown up.
They were. They've been talking about this stuff for a long time.
There's so many. There's so far we have to come with just what we've got right now. I mean, charging your phones, don't even.
Oh, the fact, and I will go back to the fact that we don't have like police online. Like, I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous thing. Like, you can make robots that can talk to people and be like AI that can predict what you're going to think and say, but you can't make some kind of security system online. Come on.
It's because they needed this. They needed this problem in this generation. They needed to have a problem. They had polio back then. They had this. This is their issue. If you could eat anything right now, what would it be? Everybody think about
molten lava chocolate cake.
That's what you would feel like right now. Aren't you hungry?
I ate before I came down. I was starving.
You know what I would eat?
What?
Exactly what I had in the Bahamas at that Sticks place.
I would eat that too.
I can't get over that. There's nothing that tastes. I ordered Thai this week.
If you had a robot, I could make it for you right now.
Oh.
You could input it. I would buy a robot to cook.
Cook?
I would buy a robot to cook and I would buy a robot so hard. I would buy a robot to cook for me.
So basically, your groceries get delivered,
and the robot puts it away.
And the robot puts it away, and the robot cooks for you.
Yes, I would love that robot.
And you could be like, I want something a little bit spicy. I want vegetarian. I want something a little different.
Yep, I would love that.
Okay, that one's got to be a priority.
Oh my,
that's priority robot right there.
You could text her right now and be like, get cooking.
Oh, get cooking, get cooking. I'm wanting some. I want a little udon noodle.
You could put your kitchen like outside, so you don't have to see the robot. Like, you're bothering me, robot, and then the robot could cook for you.
I don't want my house to smell like food.
No, drop it off. Yeah, drop off the food. Go back and go to sleep until I call you back again.
I'm feeling like a fruit platter.
Yeah, I need a fruit platter. Yeah.
God, I'd eat a lot.
It predicts, because you know how like the phone can predict what you're thinking, like we just said.
It knows what I'm craving.
It's like it's already started cooking. It actually is thinking about you right now. It's cooking.
They have to come up with calorie and hangover free alcohol.
And you know what they're going to do first?
What?
Make one to have sex with men, for sure. Because a man's going to invent it, and it's going to be the sex robot. 100%. They probably already have one.
Do you know that I accidentally ended up on the highway this weekend?
What does that have to do with a sex robot?
I was thinking of flying cars, and I was thinking, why do I still have to drive a car? Why don't I have a car that drives itself?
You can get a chauffeur robot.
Yeah, but
you'll have a chauffeur.
But if I had Tesla right now, can't it drive itself?
No.
What?
Yeah, it can, but no.
But it can.
But you can't get in the car. No.
Why?
Well, if you lived in San Francisco, you could have that one.
Okay.
But I don't think that one goes on the highway.
Well, we saw somebody that wasn't driving on the highway. Teslas drive themselves.
Then you could, but it's a special software in that thing.
Well, I would have that.
Okay.
Because it exists.
Yeah, so you needed that chauffeur.
But no driver.
No.
I can drive, like, worst case scenario.
You just sit there. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you don't want to because you don't want to be responsible. So you just don't sit there.
I just don't sit there. But I ended up on the highway.
Yes, thank you.
It was crazy.
What did you do?
My son asked if he could get in the back seat. He's like, can I go in the back seat?
Like, he was scared.
He was scared for me. And he's like, what? So
what did you do? Okay, let's see. So you pulled onto the highway by accident. I don't even know how you do that. But
it's right at the, when Lord Seaton.
Yes,
yeah,
and
like
you're supposed to
there.
go right.
And it pulled me a secret. Or I'm like, am I going in a circle? And then it got me onto the highway. And I was like, oh, shit.
And then
I'm on the highway.
And then what did you do?
And it was pouring rain.
That's terrible.
I just knew to myself, wherever I need to go, regardless of the directions,
go straight and fast.
It's straight and fast, and the first exit, no matter where it is. Luckily, I didn't have to change lanes.
Yeah,
and it was like the first exit.
How fast did you go?
Oh, I went like everybody else.
Okay, so you did it.
I did it, but I didn't have to change lanes and like look at signs and like wonder where my exit was.
I
didn't need to multitask.
Bucket list 2025 is to get back on the highway.
Oh my God, I knew someone was going to say that.
Why not? Why be dominated by your fear? Do you want to do that? You do hard things all day. You're going to get an ultrasound up your vagina, but you can't go on the highway?
But I kind of like that I don't.
Why?
Because I don't have to do it.
Well, you wouldn't do it long distances, but you could at least go like 2 stops. Don't you want to be a badass? Like, do you want to be like a wimp on the highway? Like my mom can't drive on the highway?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want your kids to be like, oh my God, my mom overcame a fear and she drove on the highway.
Shit.
You go on roller coasters. You call people wimps all the time, yet you won't go on the highway?
What's the other thing I don't do? Go on the highway. Oh, and I really want to start to like cilantro. But I guess it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that busy.
That's not always that busy.
And it's just changing lanes or like, when you're driving with someone,
you just stay in the collectors. You never go on express.
I don't even know what that means.
There's 2 lanes. Express only gets off at certain areas. Collectors, it gets off at everyone. So that's why people don't like collectors, because there's always people getting off. So it's like busier because people are getting off. Express, you're just going till you get to a certain part, but then you have to cross 4 lanes to get over.
I'll never do that.
Never go on express.
And if I'm on a collector, I could get off at any time if I felt worried. And also, with the the merging. I just drive and someone will make room for me.
Yeah, you just put on your hazards when in doubt.
But like, because I'm afraid they're not going to stop for me. But of course they're gonna let me in.
No, they won't often.
Well,
but
that's their problem. They're going to get in an accident.
You just are like they'll honk at you. You just want to make sure someone's not coming too fast behind you, like a truck. Yeah, you're fine. I mean, it's not. It is. The highway is fast paced. There's a lot of bad drivers, but you're not switching lanes. You're not going that. I'm not saying you're going to go drive to London, Ontario.
Oh.
But if your kids go to university, you're going to have to wait and you're going to have to go. You have big plans to go visit them without, to go have fun. You're going to have to, I don't know what you're going to do.
I'm not going without you.
Take the bus?
I'm going with you.
Yes, we are. Homecoming. Cat and Nat are coming to homecoming.
We could host an epic party.
Hoko. That's where our kids want. Your kids are probably like, don't get your license.
Oh, I know.
Don't not that one showing up again.
But they know that if we are at the party's going to be good.
Oh, I know. You don't have to tell me twice, babe.
We need to throw more parties.
Yeah, I don't like to clean up and I don't like to spend the money.
Ooh, good point. That's a good point.
I don't like prepping.
No. But, we're coming to Halifax and Moncton on
I'd love to
August.
know. I'm pretty sure the tickets were supposed to go live, the 26th? What day is it today?
No, I think they go
26th.
I think like the pre-sale, there's like a code.
Today?
I think so. We'll double check on the website.
Oh.
But you can always get your December to remember for December 5th.
If this is coming out next Tuesday, they should be on live. There should be
they'll be live. Go to catnat.ca and make a trip to Canada if you're not from Canada.
I actually have like a whole list of people who want to come. I have to send them. I just have to find that list.
Okay, I'll get it.
I have it on a float.
I'm gonna see when it's live. I know there's a code for today.
Oh, I can't wait to see you all there. And then we should just text all the people online and then shut her down.
Oh yeah, you're in or you're in, you're out or you're out. But it's gonna be a big party.
It's gonna be so fun.
We're gonna have so much fun. We deserve it.
I kind of want to bring that. I want to bring one of those guys.
Okay.
If Romeo's in firefighting, I mean, they are. He was a great host. And had tattoos. I thought that's why I sent it to you. I think he's gonna like that. Okay. I mean, he was a chatterbug, but he was funny and he danced.
Yeah.
A lot.
Swag.
Yeah, he wasn't shy. Like it wasn't like a try hard
and he wasn't
at
nerdy.
all. Nope. He was very in touch with the thing, but also can make fun of the
good,
clever, kind of a man actually.
Ooh,
like, do you know what I'm saying?
A man with a baseball hat.
Like I felt, not a. There's men that are boys, and boys that are men, and then there's men,
and then there's boys to men,
and then he related to adults.
Okay,
it wasn't like I was at a university party. Get it?
Yeah, I do.
And could control.
I like it.
The
environmentalism.
That's very hard.
I know.
To get it's
They're
hard.
really good at it.
He was better than.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, go to catnat.com and check out our tickets.
Or CA.
Come to a show. Yeah, CA if you want to be Canadian about it, but we're calm too. We own them both because we just rule the world.
And I think it's easier to go to CA if you're in Canada.
It'll just auto go to wherever.
I should double check that. Bye.